Ladies and gentlemen, it's a privilege to be here with you today to talk about something that has the power to shape not only your future, but your life itself. Understanding your potential. Now, I want you to pause for a moment, close your eyes, and think about your dreams, your aspirations. What do you want to achieve? Where do you see yourself? We all have that inner voice, that whisper, calling us to do more, to be more. But how often do we truly listen? See, understanding your potential is not about waiting for some grand moment or a sudden breakthrough. It's about recognizing the power you hold right now. The greatest tragedy in life is not that we fail, but that we fail to even try, or worse, we doubt ourselves before we even begin. Every single one of you sitting here today is capable of greatness. But that greatness doesn't come from a place of comfort. It comes from within, from a willingness to push beyond what you think is possible. Too often we let fear, doubt, and the noise of the world drown out our inner voice. But the truth is, the only limits we have are the ones we place on ourselves. There's something powerful about understanding that your potential isn't static. It's not a fixed thing. It's a muscle. The more you challenge it, the more you push, the more it grows. You have the ability to evolve, to change, to rise. But first, you must believe in the power of possibility and in your own strength to make it happen. Now, let me be clear. Understanding your potential is not a one-time thing. It's a continuous journey. Along the way, you will face challenges. You will encounter obstacles that seem insurmountable. But it's in those moments that you truly discover who you are. When life knocks you down, and it will, you stand back up because you know there's more in you. When the world tells you no, you find a way to turn it into a yes. Amen. And here's the thing, potential isn't about being perfect. It's about being relentless. It's about showing up every day, even when it feels like nothing is working. It's about putting in the effort when no one else is watching. It's about believing in yourself, even when no one else does. I want you to remember this. You are capable of more than you know. And the moment you understand that, the moment you unlock that truth within yourself is the moment your life will begin to change. So don't wait for the stars to align. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission. You've already been given everything you need to succeed. The question is, will you step into that power and claim it? The world is waiting for you to show up, to take your place, to bring your unique gifts into the light. So I challenge you today not to wait, not to hesitate. Understand your potential, believe in it, and let it fuel your journey forward. Understanding your potential starts with recognizing that it is not something that is fixed or predetermined. Many people go through life without truly tapping into the vast abilities and qualities they possess. They get stuck in the comfort zone, unaware of the power they hold within. The first step in understanding your potential is acknowledging that it exists, and it's often far greater than what we give ourselves credit for. And each of us is born with unique talents and capabilities, but too often these gifts remain dormant because of self-doubt or fear. We live in a world that often tells us what we can't do rather than what we can. It's easy to get caught in a cycle of comparison, looking at others and thinking that their successes are out of our reach. But understanding your potential means realizing that what you bring to the table is just as valuable. Your potential is not meant to look like anyone else's. It's unique to you, and only you have the power to unlock it. One of the biggest obstacles to understanding your potential is the fear of failure. We live in a society that celebrates success and perfection, and this can make failure seem like something to avoid at all costs. But the truth is, failure is not something that limits your potential, it's something that enhances it. Failure is a teacher. It reveals your weaknesses and highlights areas where you can grow. Every time you stumble or face a setback, you learn something new about yourself, and through these lessons, you expand your potential. When you start to view failure not as an endpoint, but as part of your journey, you free yourself from the chains of fear and self-doubt. Another important aspect of understanding your potential is the ability to grow and adapt. Potential isn't static, it's a process. It requires continuous learning and personal development. Just like any muscle in your body, your potential can be strengthened through effort and consistency. It's not about waiting for some moment of clarity or for the perfect opportunity to show up. It's about actively seeking ways to improve, to challenge yourself, and to take action, even when it feels uncomfortable. When you commit to this constant process of growth, you start to realize that the barriers you once thought were insurmountable are actually within your reach. The power to unlock your potential also lies in your mindset. The way you see yourself and your abilities plays a huge role in determining how far you will go. A mindset that is fixed on limitations will keep you stuck, but a growth mindset, one that is open to learning, evolving, and adapting, will push you beyond your self-imposed boundaries. The difference between someone who taps into their full potential and someone who doesn't often comes down to whether they believe they can or cannot. When you believe in your ability to grow and improve, you naturally start seeking out opportunities to do just that. Moreover, understanding your potential involves not just believing in yourself, but also taking ownership of your actions. It's easy to blame circumstances, people, or the world around you when things don't go as planned. But the real power comes from realizing that you have control over how you respond to those challenges. Every decision you make shapes your future, and the more you take responsibility for those choices, the more you can steer your life in the direction you want to go. Finally, unlocking your potential means stepping out of your comfort zone. It's about pushing yourself into new, unfamiliar situations where growth can take place. True growth happens when you're challenged, when you're stretched beyond what you thought you were capable of. The more you expose yourself to these challenges, the more you begin to understand just how much you can achieve. This isn't about trying to prove anything to anyone. It's about proving to yourself that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Understanding your potential isn't something that happens overnight. It's a lifelong journey. But when you commit to it, when you believe in yourself, and when you are willing to face the unknown, you will begin to realize that your potential is limitless. To truly understand your potential, it's crucial to recognize that greatness doesn't come from comfort, but from the willingness to push beyond what you think is possible. Many of us live our lives within self-imposed limits, adhering to what feels safe, familiar, and easy. But in doing so, we miss out on opportunities to grow and reach heights that we never thought were achievable. True potential is unlocked not when we play it safe, but when we step outside of our comfort zones and embrace the challenges that come with growth. Growth doesn't happen when things are easy or when we follow the familiar path. It happens when we push ourselves into unfamiliar territory, when we face adversity, and when we encounter setbacks. These moments of discomfort are often the very things that trigger transformation. Think about it. When everything is going well, there's little incentive to change or improve. But when we're faced with a challenge, a setback, or an obstacle, that's when we're forced to grow, adapt, and find new ways of doing things. It's during those moments of difficulty that your true potential is tested and refined. It's important to note that stepping outside of your comfort zone doesn't mean taking reckless risks, but rather challenging yourself to do something that stretches your current capabilities. Whether it's speaking in public, pursuing a career change, or tackling a personal goal you've been avoiding, these are the moments where growth happens. It's in these instances that you begin to realize that your abilities go far beyond what you originally believed. You start to learn more about yourself, your resilience, your ability to overcome fear, and your capacity for perseverance. This is where many people get stuck. They don't take that step into discomfort. The fear of failure, of not succeeding, holds them back. But the truth is, failure isn't a roadblock. It's an essential part of the journey. Every person who has ever accomplished something significant has faced failure along the way. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is their ability to learn from their mistakes and keep going. The discomfort that comes with failure is often the catalyst for change and improvement. It forces you to reevaluate your approach, to find new solutions, and to grow stronger and wiser. Without that discomfort, you wouldn't be pushed to expand your horizons. What's even more powerful is that once you begin to step outside your comfort zone and take risks, you start to build a new level of confidence. Every time you face something that feels impossible and you push through it, you reinforce your belief in yourself and your capabilities. Each challenge you overcome builds momentum, making the next one easier to face. This cycle of stepping outside of your comfort zone, encountering obstacles, and growing from them creates a snowball effect, propelling you forward. Moreover, the process of pushing yourself to the limit helps you uncover hidden strengths you didn't even know you had. When you're comfortable, you don't often realize how much potential you have inside of you. It's only when you challenge yourself that you discover just how resourceful, creative, and capable you are. You might not be aware of the level of grit you have until you find yourself in a situation that requires you to dig. But once you experience that moment of realizing you can handle more than you thought, your confidence grows and you're more willing to tackle even greater challenges. Embracing discomfort and growth is not just about achieving big milestones or accomplishing goals. It's also about developing resilience, the ability to keep going even when the journey gets tough. That resilience is what separates those who fulfill their potential from those who give up too soon. Life will always present obstacles, but how you respond to those challenges determines the trajectory of your life. When you understand that discomfort is a necessary part of growth, it becomes easier to embrace challenges instead of running from them. Ultimately, stepping outside of your comfort zone is not just about achieving external success. It's about becoming the person you were meant to be. It's about pushing past the limits you once thought defined you and realizing that there's always more to discover. So don't shy away from discomfort. Embrace it. Lean into the challenges that come your way and watch as you uncover the true extent of your potential. A growth mindset also shifts the way you handle criticism and feedback. Rather than taking it personally, people with this mindset are open to constructive criticism, understanding that it is meant to help them improve. Instead of feeling defeated or defensive, they see feedback as a valuable tool to refine their abilities. This willingness to accept and learn from feedback creates a cycle of continuous improvement, which is key to realizing your potential. Moreover, when you develop a growth mindset, you start to embrace challenges instead of avoiding them. You recognize that without challenges, there is no growth. The comfort zone might feel safe, but it's also a place of stagnation. True progress comes when you face the difficulties that test your resilience and push you to think differently, solve problems, and innovate. By constantly seeking new challenges, you push the boundaries of what you think is possible, allowing you to discover untapped reserves of potential. Shifting from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset doesn't happen overnight. It's a continuous process that requires self-awareness and a willingness to change the way you think. You might catch yourself falling back into old patterns of thinking where you doubt your abilities or fear failure. But the key is to notice those thoughts and redirect them. Replace self-doubt with curiosity, fear with excitement, and failure with determination to keep moving forward. Every time you catch yourself thinking negatively, remind yourself that growth comes from effort and persistence, not from avoiding mistakes. Ultimately, understanding your potential comes down to how you view your own capacity for growth. A growth mindset unlocks a world of possibilities. It allows you to break free from the limitations you've placed on yourself and shows you that no matter where you start, you can always become better, stronger, and more capable. The potential within you is limitless, as long as you believe in the power of growth and are willing to embrace the journey of self-improvement. A crucial part of understanding your potential is taking full ownership of your actions and decisions. This concept is about realizing that you are the driver of your own life. Far too often, people find themselves in situations where they blame their circumstances, their upbringing, or the people around them for their current state or lack of progress. While external factors can certainly have an impact, the truth is that your ability to unlock your potential comes from your personal responsibility and accountability. When you take ownership of your life, you acknowledge that you have control over how you respond to the world around you. Life doesn't always go according to plan. Challenges arise, people disappoint us, and things don't always turn out as expected. But how you choose to respond to those situations ultimately determines your growth. By taking responsibility for your choices, both good and bad, you empower yourself to change your future. This doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong, but rather accepting that how you react to circumstances is where your power lies. Many people fall into the trap of seeing themselves as victims of their environment or circumstances. They might think, if only I had better resources, or if only I had a different opportunity, or even if only I had more time. But these thoughts limit your ability to tap into your potential. Taking ownership means recognizing that regardless of the external situation, you have the power to choose how you will respond. So, you can't control everything that happens, but you can control how you approach challenges and how you move forward in the face of adversity. When you stop placing blame and start focusing on what you can control, you begin to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles. The power of choice becomes apparent. You can choose how to allocate your time, how to prioritize your goals, and how to handle setbacks. Instead of waiting for someone else to hand you a solution, you begin to create your own opportunities. You actively seek out ways to improve your situation, whether through learning new skills, networking with others, or finding creative ways to overcome difficulties. This sense of ownership also applies to how you view your successes. It's easy to take credit for your achievements when things go well, but ownership means taking full responsibility for the journey that got you there. You don't just credit luck or external factors for your success. You recognize that your effort, your perseverance, and your choices have played a significant role. This acknowledgement of your own agency reinforces your sense of confidence and self-worth. You begin to realize that the results you achieve are a direct reflection of your actions and decisions. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you should expect perfection from yourself. Everyone makes mistakes, and those mistakes are part of the growth process. What's important is how you learn from them. Instead of avoiding accountability, you embrace it, viewing mistakes as opportunities to learn and adjust your approach. This mindset frees you from the cycle of self-blame and instead focuses your energy on growth and improvement. When you own your mistakes, you gain valuable insights that help you do better next time, and ultimately, this process strengthens your resilience and determination. Another key part of ownership is the willingness to stay committed to your goals, even when the path isn't easy. It's easy to be enthusiastic about your dreams when things are going well, but what sets successful people apart is their ability to maintain that commitment in the face of adversity. By owning your dreams, you take full responsibility for the effort and persistence required to achieve them. You don't give up when things get tough. You stay the course because you understand that success is a long-term journey that requires dedication and grit. When you take ownership of your potential, you start to realize that you are the architect of your own life. No one else can shape your destiny for you. The decisions you make every day, no matter how small, accumulate to determine where you end up. By taking responsibility for your actions and choices, you put yourself in the driver's seat of your life. Instead of waiting for the world to change for you, you actively create the change you want to see. This understanding is key to unlocking your full potential and making the most out of every opportunity that comes your way. In the end, taking ownership is about acknowledging that your future is in your hands. You have the power to change your circumstances, shape your destiny, and unlock your true potential. When you take full responsibility for your life, you gain the clarity, confidence, and motivation to pursue your goals and dreams with purpose and determination. The journey of understanding and unlocking your potential is deeply connected to the willingness to step outside your comfort zone. Growth, transformation, and true achievement do not happen when you remain in a place of ease and familiarity. They occur when you face the unknown, challenge yourself in ways you've never done before, and take risks that push you to new heights. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is not just about taking bold actions or leaps of faith. It's about embracing discomfort as a tool for growth and opportunity. Our comfort zones are places where we feel safe, secure, and in control. They are the spaces where we know what to expect and how to navigate through life with minimal risk. While comfort can be a necessary part of life, it can also be a trap. The longer we stay in this space, the less likely we are to experience new things or reach our full potential. Comfort often breeds complacency, and complacency keeps us stuck in patterns that prevent us from achieving our goals. True potential is rarely realized when we are too comfortable, because it is only when we step into new challenges that we can discover what we are truly capable of. One of the reasons people hesitate to step out of their comfort zone is fear. Fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown often keeps us from taking that first step. However, this fear is not a sign that we should turn back. Rather, it is an indicator that we are on the verge of growth. Every time we face a fear and push through it, we gain a better understanding of ourselves and expand our boundaries. The first time you try something new, it's likely to feel uncomfortable and even a bit intimidating, but as you persist, that discomfort becomes a part of your growth process. Over time, you learn to handle that discomfort, and what once felt impossible becomes part of your new normal. When you start to step outside your comfort zone, you open yourself up to a world of new possibilities. New opportunities, new experiences, and new perspectives emerge when you are willing to try things that feel uncertain or challenging. These experiences may not always lead to success, but they will lead to learning and personal growth. You will encounter obstacles, make mistakes, and face setbacks, but all of these are essential parts of your development. Through every challenge, you gain resilience, a deeper sense of self-awareness, and the confidence to keep moving forward. Stepping outside your comfort zone also means challenging the limitations you've placed on yourself. We often set boundaries based on past experiences or beliefs about what we can or cannot do. These limitations, whether they are mental or physical, can keep us from trying things we think are beyond us. But when you push past these boundaries and challenge yourself to do something different, you begin to see that the limitations you've set are not as real or as permanent as they seemed. By continuously testing and expanding your boundaries, you learn that your potential is much greater than you initially thought. Moreover, stepping outside your comfort zone is essential for building confidence. Confidence doesn't come from always succeeding or getting everything right. It comes from the courage to try, fail, learn, and try again. Every time you put yourself in a new situation, whether it's a difficult conversation, a new project, or even a new job, you stretch yourself and build confidence in your ability. Even if you don't achieve the outcome you were hoping for, you gain something far more valuable, the knowledge that you can handle discomfort, adapt to challenges, and keep going. This confidence becomes a cornerstone for further growth, as you are no longer afraid to take risks or pursue opportunities that once seemed intimidating. It's important to recognize that stepping outside your comfort zone doesn't always mean making huge, dramatic changes. It can be as simple as making small adjustments to your daily routine, trying something new, or taking on a challenge you've been avoiding. Over time, these small steps add up, and before you know it, you've created a new reality for yourself. One where growth and progress become part of your everyday life. Ultimately, stepping outside your comfort zone is a commitment to your own growth and potential. It's about making the decision to no longer settle for what is comfortable, but instead to seek out the experiences, challenges, and opportunities that will push you to evolve. By stepping into the unknown and embracing discomfort, you expand your horizons and unlock the true power that lies within you. The more you do this, the more you realize that your potential is limitless, and that the only thing standing between you and your goals is your willingness to step beyond what feels safe.